Hey, broadcasting to you in a virtual studio. This is the Gentleman Grachowski Show. We're signing on. How are you, everybody? You know, TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grachowski Show, and everything about the show, you can check it out there, TVHams.com. We've got a great show planned for you today. We've got Sarah Paige Wells from A Help a Mere Stranger, and we got our professional stalker, Steve Springer. He's also a stand-up comedian. We'll find out more about that coming up later on here. But first, let's look beyond the stars. Let's look to space, the final frontier. If he cannot play himself, then William Shatner wants Chris Pine to play him in his bioepic. That's right. The 89-year-old actor told Trek Report in a remote appearance that he would choose Chris Pine, who played the role of Captain James T. Kirk in all three of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek films, set to play him in this timeline. Shatner played Captain Kirk in the TV series from 66 to 69. Now, I tell you this, this guy, this Pine guy is, not bad. I can give him a run for his money. Look at this. I think I could do a good William Shatner here. What are you thinking of that? I look pretty good as Captain Kirk. Look at that. I think if I can give this Pine guy, all that Pine guy got is a little bit better hair. I got William Shatner hair. I could put a nice wig on and nobody will ever know. And I got more personality than that guy probably has. But look at that. Captain Kirk. Look at that. I am Captain Kirk incarnate. Look at that. That'd be kind of cool. I can take on those Klingons, and I could take on the warp speed and get into warp drive and all those little crazy things that William Shatner and Star Trek did. I could also be DJ Hooker. You know what? Can't be do it. And Denny Crane, of course. So I guess, if anything, look at that. Could be William Shatner with all those crazy alien women. Check it out there. So I think before you sign that contract, William Shatner, you can let me know. I can help you, and I could be your body double for your biopic. So I think that'd be kind of cool. And speaking of pictures, check out some of the cool things we got here. Check this out. Slide closed. Now, I hope that there's a big circle cut off on the other side of the slide, because you'd hate to jump on the other side of the top of the slide. When you get to the top of the slide, you go down to the bottom of the slide. Oops, you're stuck there. And then who knows how long you'd be stuck at the bottom of the slide there. When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide. Autopsy. Open mic night. Ouch. Could you imagine driving down the street in this little town here and you see this and you know what? Autopsy Club, and they're going to open up Mike. Mike is going to get slit open there tonight. Is that something you want to go to? Is that a show you want to see? Because if they're going to open up Mike, they may open up you too. And you don't want to be part of that, do you? So that'd be something you want to check out here. And I just found this out. Did you know that those little lines on the cup meant something? I didn't actually know myself until I saw this on flipping through the internet the other day. And I guess that's it's actually a measuring cup in there. I never knew that. That's kind of cool. Now, check it out. And then here it just says it all right there. Just be ugly. That's my new T-shirt I'm going to come up with. Just be ugly. So, but anyways, this curbside service. Check this out. I want to know how they're doing curbside service. I think, is that illegal? I can only imagine what the neighbors are going to be thinking when they saw this sign coming up there. So I don't know. So TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. Everything about the show is right there, TVHams.com. Check it out. And we got a great show coming up, so don't go away. This is the Gentleman Grachowski Show. We'll be back after this. Hey, welcome back to the Gentleman Grachowski Show. Social media is the best way to stay on top of what the Gentleman Grachowski Show is doing. You can check us out on Instagram. You can be a Twitter friend of ours. And also you can go to Facebook at Facebook, the Gentleman Grachowski Show. Twitter, you can go to at TVHams _ TGGS. And then Larry Grachowski at Instagram. Those are the best ways to follow us on social media. Right now, we've got a great guest here to help a mere stranger, Sarah Paige Wells. Welcome, Sarah. How are you doing, Sarah?
Hey, I'm doing real good, and thank you for having me.
Oh, great to take time out of your schedule to stop by on the virtual studio of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. Now, tell us about Help a Mere Stranger, because you know what? It's a fascinating story you got about it.
Okay, great. Help a Mere Stranger was formed 3.5 years ago, and it's basically a game in a group. And as a game, people are helping strangers or helping animals, and then they're sharing their stories in our group page. Once they share a story, they're considered a winner in the game, and they actually receive a piece of art from one of our contributing artists, including myself. And we are in 54 countries now, and we have 1,200 members.
Now, you're the founder of Help a Mere Stranger, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
What
That's
made
right.
you What made you want to help a stranger? What made you want to help people that you know what you don't even know? What was the story back?
Okay, that's a great question, and it's got two parts to it. When I was in first grade, a police officer visited our school, and he talked to us about talking to strangers. And his name was Officer Friendly. And he proceeded to tell us that we shouldn't talk to strangers. Well, I went home and I talked to my mom, and I said, I don't quite understand how you're going to make friends if you can't talk to strangers. So that's the first point. But actually, 3.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with something that was a little hard on my body, and I couldn't really leave the house very much. So I said, what the heck can I do? How can I help people, which I've been doing my whole life? How can I continue to help people? And this idea dawned on me, and I hope you don't mind, but I felt like it was like a divine intervention almost. It kind of just came to me.
And what was the next step? You know, it's everyone wants to help somebody, I guess, but what was the next step?
I went on Facebook. Good question. And I asked people, have they ever helped a stranger? And I put out little survey questions. And those people who answered, I basically asked them to help more people. And then I formed the group. And my daughter, she actually started the group page for me. And that's how it began.
And how did artwork come involved?
Oh, because I was like, how can I use my art to help others? That was a main purpose. How can I use art to help other people? And what actually occurred as Help a Mere Stranger grew is more artwork, like the one you see right there, was made by a person who had never made art before. Her name was Jennifer Hatton, and she became a member of Help a Mere Stranger and started producing artwork to help us. So it kind of rehabilitates artists as well. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that is just wonderful that so many people are out there that giving their time, giving their their art, you give it just to help people out, and that's just a wonderful story that you put together. And you know what, you're just continuing to help people throughout the world, and that's what's even really cool about it is that you're not just helping Chicagoland people, you're going globally, right?
That's right. That's what I like about it. It says right on our Facebook page that this is a global organization.
And how did the artists get involved with you?
Oh, I actually asked people people who became members, I put little posts up. If you're an artist and you'd like to help, please let me know. And that's how we got quite a few artists. And some of them are my own family members. My daughter, Rachel Scholler, her daughter, Aurora Scholler, my sister, Jennifer Page. That's one of Jennifer Page's art pieces right there. These people are all very supportive of what I'm doing.
All right, thanks to Sarah Page Wells from Help a Mere Stranger. For more information about Help a Mere Stranger, you can go to TVHams.com, the official website of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. You can check out this whole video right there on TVHams.com. We'll be back with some more of the Gentleman Grachowski Show after this. Don't go away. Hey, welcome back to the Gentleman Grachowski Show. You know, social media is the way to keep in touch with us. And the best way is tvhams.com, which is the official website of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. If you have anything you'd like to share with us, you can give us a Twitter, and there's also Instagram. So lots of different ways you can get in touch with us and help us out and give us know what you're thinking about. One thing that we're thinking about right now is Sarah Page Wells, and she is here from Help a Mere Stranger. She's got some great stories to tell, some successful stories about just how helping people and artwork and everything just meshes together. Can you tell us more about some stories you have there, Sarah?
Yeah, I sure will. Just one moment.
Okay. Well,
okay,
like I said, you've been doing Help a Mere Stranger for about how many years now?
Oh, 3.5 years.
Yeah, and it's definitely going globally.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm just going to read a few of these, okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah, Dan Cassidy is one of our founding members, and he used to live in Chicago but moved out to California. And one of the things that he does every Christmas is he takes cookies, wraps them on up, and he goes door to door in his neighborhood and has been distributing cookies every Christmas to his neighborhood. And that's just basically to bring some joy and to bring some cheer. Jackie Hoffman Barrett is one of our members who goes to the Dominican Republic throughout the year. And what she does is she rescues dogs. And these dogs need forever homes. So she finds them homes very often in the United States. And she's also there helping the people and the children in the Dominican Republic. A good friend of mine, Andy Magnus, lives in St. Louis, and he likes to go to Aldi's. Well, when he's at Aldi's, every time he's at Aldi's, he buys a gift card for the guy behind him. So I'm sure that brings a smile upon those customers' faces when they get that gift card. One of our first members, her name is Ollie Woods. And when I found out she has a kindness day for her child every week, I was like, oh my God, what do you guys do? Well, she told me the thing that her son likes to do the most is he likes to go to Aldi's, believe it or not. And he likes to put he likes to put quarters in the carts so that when people go there, the quarters are already there. So what they do is they fill up the carts and then they back away and they watch the people's reactions to getting those quarters. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, now, definitely. If you're smart, you go behind one person that puts the $10 gift card.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That makes sense. Okay. Another member. Now, this is a little more on a serious note. She literally donated her kidney to an elderly woman, and since their blood types matched, she was able to do so. Well, since then, she's become very good friends with this lady, and they visit each other every year. Another Christmas one is my friend Renee Riley was driving behind a FedEx truck, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, the FedEx truck doors in the back opened, and there went the Christmas presents. And she honked, and the guy stopped, and she helped him put his presents back in the truck. Another lady who happens to be my daughter, Rachel Scholler, she found out that there was a homeless family in Clearwater who had been homeless for a real long time, and they finally found a stable shelter. But she found out they had no food, so she went to the grocery store and she bought them a week's worth of food. One of our members became aware that his post office service man was dying of cancer. And he got in real good communication with the guy. And what this fellow was really concerned about was paying his debts. He didn't want to really leave without paying his debts. So our member went door to door in his apartment complex, and he raised thousands of dollars so that this mailman could have his debts paid and he could have a little bit more money to live on for the remainder of his life. Another founding member, Becky Mead Janowitz, she's done so many things, but this one I like a lot. She had a garage sale, and a little boy found out that this bicycle he wanted was being sold at that garage sale. So him and his mom went to the garage sale. The mom found out how much the bike was, and she couldn't afford it. The little boy was really sad, and my friend Becky said, you know what? The bike's yours. So the little boy got his bike, and that was a really nice, kind act there. Another friend of mine from high school, her name's Kathy Kurlander. She was walking down the street, she was driving down the street, and she noticed a lady was pushing a baby in a very small baby carriage. She pulled up, and it was a baby carriage for a doll. And she said to the lady, excuse me, ma'am, is that your baby carriage? Is that all you have? And she said, yes. She said, hang on a minute there. I'll be right back. She drove home and got her old baby carriage and brought it back to the lady, which I know was very relieving for that mother. Another friend of mine, Christina Tajan, every Christmas, homemade food for the homeless. She's baking the cookies, she's doing it right, and she's feeding the homeless every Christmas. And another friend of mine, Beth Keats in Texas, she makes care packages for homeless people and distributes them in her area. And that's the same for another friend of mine, a new member here, Peter Cusiamano. He's a recovering alcoholic. He doesn't mind me telling you because he's recovered. And he is feeding the homeless and helping the homeless basically every day of his life.
Wow, those are wonderful stories. Wonderful stories. Yeah. How could people get in touch with Help a Mere Stranger?
Oh, all they have to do is they have to go to helpamerestranger@gmail.com.
That's it?
That's all. I answer right away.
Sounds good. And then people, if any artists out there, they want to submit some of their artwork they can do that too, right? Get in touch with you that way?
Exactly. And by the way, that one is from Marcelino Conrado, John Lennon. He is a Beatles artist. He's fantastic, and he donates artwork to our winners.
Oh, it definitely looks really good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, now Larry, I have a question. Do I have enough time for 3 quotes?
3 quotes. You got enough time for 4 if you got a 4th one.
Okay, good. Okay, so I'm getting together my quotes here.
Okay. Just so you know, we're here with Sarah Paige Wells from Help a Mere Stranger. And you could also go to Facebook and you can Google search her there. I guess you call it Google searching on Facebook, or is it a Facebook search? I don't know. But you can do that there.
I think Facebook search. Yeah. Okay, Larry. So the first quote is from Princess Diana, and I found this today, and it's like totally relevant to what we're doing. Everyone needs to be valued. Everyone has potential to give something back. And then from C.S. Lewis, this one's kind of spiritual. I really like it. Don't waste time bothering whether you love your neighbor. Act as if you did. As soon as we do this, we find one of life's greatest secrets. When you are behaving as if you loved someone, you will presently come to love him. C.S. Lewis. And then I have one here from the Dalai Lama. Not only is it the case that happy people are more willing to help others, but as I generally point out, helping others is the best way to help yourself. The best way to promote your own happiness. It is you yourself who will receive the benefit. And these are why we do Help a Mere Stranger, basically.
Wonderful. Sounds good. Sarah Paige Wells, Help a Mere Stranger. Hopefully you have some more continued success with Help a Mere Stranger. And definitely come back again sometime, because I know you also do art with the homeless. You can tell us more about that in the future. Sound good?
Oh, it sounds great. And one last thing, Larry. One last thing.
Yeah.
I have a booklet that I distribute, and I actually mail it to members, and I can get this booklet out to anybody for free. And it's basically called The Way to Happiness. And I have a kids version, How to Make Good Choices. And it's a non-religious moral code of ethics and common sense. And they can email me at helpamerestranger@gmail.com. Give me their address, and it'll be my pleasure to ship one out.
Thank you so much, Sarah. You know, Rick Springfield once said, don't talk to strangers. You say help a mere stranger. It's amazing where we've come in this world, huh?
Yes, exactly. Okay, thank you so much.
Sarah Paige Wells, thank you so much. This is Sarah Paige Wells from Help a Mere Stranger. This is the Gentleman Grachowski Show. We'll be back after this. Don't go away. Hey, welcome back to the Gentleman Grachowski Show. TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. Everything about the show you can find out there, TVHams.com. My next guest is a stand-up comedian and a former groupie. We'll find out more about that. Steve Springer, how are you, my friend?
Okay, how are you, Larry?
I'm doing pretty good. Congratulations. You recently got married, and you got married at Zany's. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I finally got the headline. I've been wanting the headline there for a while, but I got to wait my turn to pay my dues. But I got married there in September, and it was wonderful. I had a lot of comedians there, and the owner, Bert Haas, was nice enough to let me rent the club from him.
And was there a 2-drink minimum for your guest?
No.
No?
The open bar.
Oh, even better. You don't see that often at a comedy club, do you?
But my name was actually on the mark. My name was actually on the marquee.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's wonderful. How did that feel?
My wife felt great. Like I said, I finally got the headline. That's been my dream, and I tend to make it happen again one day.
Sounds good, man. If you need any help from me, definitely, I'll be there for you, buddy. Can you tell us about doing stand-up comedy? Because you've been doing it for some time now. And you know what? I've been to a couple of your shows. It's always a great time. Tell us about that.
I've been doing it 12 years. I actually started in Indianapolis. I went there for a couple of years to live with my sister. And I started there. And then when I moved back to Chicago, I kept doing it. And it's all about my life experiences. No topical humor, just about things I've done in my life. I played all over the city.
You've done in your life, Steve, is you were a groupie at one time, correct?
Yeah, well, not the kind of groupie most people think. I mean, I didn't sleep with these guys, but I waited around I hung around their hotels, and I did things that people would call stalking now.
Yeah, you were a former stalker, but you stalked some of the finest finest celebrities out there. We have some of these pictures that you took. You took all these pictures of these celebrities, but you were never in any of these pictures.
See, I wasn't as enlightened back then. I didn't realize how important it is to be in them because back then I was thinking about selling them. And people don't want if I sell it, people didn't want me in the picture. I didn't think, but now if I could go back, I'd be in the picture so I could prove I took it. I was thinking backwards back then.
Could you imagine trying to sell those pictures with you in it?
But now I realize it's more important for my personal benefit to have been in them. And I can't go back. I wasn't some of them like you see there with Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Aerosmith, can you tell us about that story? Because that sounds that is something that nobody would believe if they didn't hear it.
It's in my comedy routine. It's in my comedy routine. I have a joke about it, but basically, Aerosmith was staying in Chicago for 3 weeks. While they're flying out to other gigs. This is back in '78. They came back in '79 to do a concert here. I went back for the 3 weeks when they're here in '78. I hung out at their hotel for 3 weeks. I kept getting their autograph, and their picture wasn't enough. I wanted to talk to them and see them as much as I could. So when they came back in '79, Steven Tyler gets out of his limo, walks right past me and says, "Oh, you again." He's like, "You couldn't get rid of me." And Brad Whitford, the rhythm guitar player, when his limo drove up, he started waving at me down the street through the limo window. They all recognized me, and Steven Tyler, when I came out to do the show after he checked in, took me in the limo to the show with him because he knew I didn't have a ticket. So I got to sit backstage in the dressing room and everything.
And how
just from being a pest. It was wonderful. I have pictures from the side of the stage, which I should have sent you, but they're buried somewhere. But I was on the side of the stage.
Yeah, a lot of hot chicks over there.
Yeah, but I was kind of young then to appreciate all that.
Yeah, you should have. If I was there, I'd been like, that's my. I'm part of the band. Yeah.
I was only like 15 then.
Credit 14. For something, right?
What's that?
Should have took credit for that.
Yeah, I was only like 14 or 15 back then, though. But
all right, Steve, we'll take a quick break here. We're sitting here with Steven Springer. He's a stand-up comedian and former retired professional groupie. We'll be back with this. Remember, TVHams.com is the way to get in touch with the Gentleman Grachowski Show. Hey, welcome back to the Gentleman Grachowski Show. We're sitting here with Steven Springer, stand-up comedian and former groupie, retired groupie back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s. You did so many great acts, and I saw some of those pictures. I saw the guy from The Who. I saw Eddie Van Halen. Right?
Yeah, I met everybody that came through from like 78 to 82. When I quit doing it, I finally grew.
Right, and one other thing that people don't really realize is that you used to work with blues acts in Chicago, and you used to help book blues acts, right?
Yes. I did that for a while. Exciting. Yeah, that was fun. Fortunately, I didn't make a lot of money, and it was a lot of headache, but I got to meet a lot of bands, get into the shows free, and a lot of free CDs. I was listening to Rolling Stone under booking agencies. Rolling Stone magazine. So that was fun, more fun than it was profitable.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now I see some of those pictures there. I saw Bruce Springsteen. You obviously saw him. You met him at least once. Rod Stewart.
Right. More than what's on there. Frank Sinatra. Yeah, I met a lot more and a lot more pictures I got.
Tell us about your encounter with Steve Perry. Oh, Sherry.
I was hanging out at their hotel too, or stalking, whatever you want to call it. And the road manager told me that, introduced himself to me and said, Neil Schon, the guitar player, was already at the theater and that he would take me in the rental car with him, Steve Perry, Ross Valerie, and Steve Smith. In fact, Greg Raleigh, the keyboard player, couldn't fit in the car. So he had to take a cab because of me. I got his spot. He got bumped. But I went in the rental car with Steve Perry, Ross Fowler and Steve Smith to the Aragon Ballroom, and got to meet Neil Sean, and finally got his autograph. So I got the whole band, and they drove me home even.
And is it true that when you were in that ride to the Aragon Ballroom, you were like, you know what, just a small town girl living in a lonely world, took a midnight train going anywhere, right? That was your song, right? You.
Yeah, that I think I inspired it.
All right, thanks, Steve Springer. TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. If you want to see this video, or if you'd like to see other videos that of past interviews, TVHams.com. Hey, thanks for watching the Gentleman Grachowski Show. We'll be back with some more great stuff next week. Remember, TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. TVHams.com. Thanks to our guests, Sarah Paige Wells and Steven Springer. We'll be back next week. Have a good one.